Liam Gallagher, best rock voice, decades, true spirit. You know, I like spending time with him. I like playing concerts. I like dreaming up new dreams. And yeah, total respect. And our thing is like beyond this. You see, beyond this interview, it's almost like I don't even need to start talking about it. It's just, it's all right. Everything's fine. You know, I'm happy with what he's doing, happy with what Noel's doing. If they go together, they go together. If they don't, they don't. Whatever.
I'm always listening to Oasis.
Yeah, me too.
It's so great.
I know.
We played with Oasis, I don't know, what is it, about 10 years ago in Austria. Remember that music festival?
Yeah.
Well, we shared a big room. We just had dividers between our dressing rooms, and we're just sitting there, and there's this godlike voice just warming up, and it was Liam just. We're like just kind of just stopped, like, oh my God, like that sounds so good, and he's just warming up.
I thought you were going to say there were dividers in between Noel and Liam's dressing room or something. You know?
They were super cool. And the first time we were in London, where we go to this rehearsal space that you know, it's kind of like almost like a recording studio rehearsal space, and we passed Oasis in the hallway, and we're like, oh my God, and Liam just goes, Buddy Holly, top tune.
Top tune.
And
top tune.
We talk about it ever since. And another great moment with Liam is he stiffed Pat and I in Tokyo for this $400 breakfast by sitting in another table in the restaurant, and they all looked at us and gave us this wave, and we waved back, and what they said was that those guys are going to take care of the bill, and so we just waved.
Oh my, that's right out of a movie. My God.
It was great.
They've got a lot of pluck, those Gallaghers.
And Liam Gallagher came to see you for the very first time. And here you are on tour with him in Cardiff. Now, can you just, again, what was it like, that first introduction to Liam, one of your heroes?
Oh, it was awesome. Especially because, I don't know, you could meet like someone that you look up to like that, you know, and there's a good chance they could be a tosspot, but he was cool as, you know, he just loves music. And we went to the pub with him and his son Gene, and we watched the Manchester Derby, and we just talked about music, and it was just a great experience, you know. And the fact that we can jump on, we did the Finsbury Park gig with him, and the fact that we can jump on this, you know, it's really perfect.
I'm going to say that you've played quite a few gigs with him now. What's it like on the road with Mr. Gallagher?
No, I don't know. Finsbury Park was just a big festival basically. So I guess I'll get back to you after the next couple of weeks.
Talks about being on a plane with me and that I'm watching Little House on the Prairie.
Yes.
I need to correct it.
Please
It's
do.
the Waltons.
Right. That's amazing.
It's not Little House on the Prairie. I don't know if that makes me any cooler to anybody, but it's the Waltons. It's not
Get
Little
it
House
right,
on the Prairie.
Liam. Come on. And we asked for a couple of questions from the fans, and Liam's mentioned again because Lisa said that moment on stage at Lollapalooza.
That was incredible for me, yeah.
So for those that haven't seen the clip, it's a moment of pure joy where Liam joins you on stage for all these things that I've done. You have a hug. There is a mutual bowing session.
Yeah. I mean, it was another one of those surreal moments. You know, you're playing, we were having a great gig, and we knew that he was around, and I don't know. It was just incredible. Hell. Again, they were the another band that I really admired and that made me want to be in a band. And so I owe a lot to him and to Oasis, and to have him pay any kind of respect like that was just incredible.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of quoted as your defining moment of this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, is being an Oasis
It's a true
gig.
story, yeah, at the Hard Rock in Las Vegas. And I couldn't get tickets, and we went to the Hard Rock anyway, and we were walking around, and some people handed us their tickets on their way out, and I was able to see the encore, and they did Don't Look Back in Anger, and they did I Am the Walrus. But the communal thing that was happening, that experience during Don't Look Back in Anger, I just had never felt anything like that before at a rock concert, and I knew I wanted wanted guitars and I wanted to write songs like that, and it really lit a fire under me, I think.
What year would that have been? I mean, thinking early 90s.
It would have been 99. It would have been 2000.
Oh, okay. 2000, okay. Yeah. Again, cut from that moment to you being at that gig to Lollapalooza, where you're on stage and Liam's bowing at your feet. So
it's nice.
It's nice.
About Oasis in a way is that they've got no false modesty.
I admire anybody who can just sort of go, we're brilliant, and I mean, it's like, anybody who's got the balls to do that is good in my book.
Lovely bunch. And you came on, for anyone who didn't see, you came on to little Nolly G
Slam.
dig.
Yeah. Well, I love Noel Gallagher. I think as you can see, I think he's incredible. But what I love most about Noel Gallagher is his digs. Like, for years, I have watched compilation videos on YouTube of Noel Gallagher slagging people off. And it's like, I think it's hilarious. I think it's so fun. Him and Liam, I think, when they slag people off, is brilliant. And when I found out that he had slagged me off, and people always keep saying, like, are you just saying that to, to kind of deflect from how you really feel? I swear to the Lord, I was buzzing when I heard someone told me that Noel Gallagher slagged me off, and I was jumping about. It's mad, like, because it's at that point you're like,
I've made it.
Do you know what I mean? I've arrived. Do you know what I mean? But I think, it was cool. But I thought, what I also like, I like to have a laugh. Like the way I've grown up, my family slag each other off as a sign of affection. So I like to kind of dig back. But I haven't actually slagged them off. I've only said lovely things about them.
Like you just did.
I've smothered them with love. Yeah, and I think he's brilliant. And I just thought, let's have a back and forth. It'd be a good laugh, because it's like something like so funny. And again, a very few people I can say they've been slagged off by Noel Gallagher, and I'm one of them.
So Liam's on in a bit. Have you bumped into him anywhere?
Someone tweeted saying, like, last week though, they said, are you a Lewis Capaldi fan, after that all came out, and he was like, I am now.
Of course.
Which I thought was of course, yeah. But I'd love to meet him. That'd be brilliant. But I definitely want to go see his set. That's kind of why I want to push back my bus time, so I can leave a bit later. But I think it'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? I definitely, my walk on was more a homage to Liam than anything else.
Yeah,
really.
was it a reference to the Jay-Z thing or not?
It was kind of because I saw the Jay-Z thing and I was like, I'm having a bit of that. Do you know what I mean? I was like, let's do it, and I thought it was hilarious. So I thought, why not give it a second go at Glastonbury?
Amazing.
And now me and Jay-Z are the only people who've walked on to think, what an exclusive club.
Just getting all the names.
Yeah, that's it.
They're the best rock band since Lennon and McCartney, since the Beatles.
He does just sort of stand there with his hands behind his back and bellows into the microphone.
Yeah.
It's interesting because the recordings that he's doing at the moment, I think they exhibit a kind of a subtlety and a magic that is not coming across on the stage. He's got two drummers. So it's a bit like the Fratellis or something. It's got that kind of double drummer thing going on. It's very powerful.
Yeah.
Live. But I'm looking forward to the new album because I love the last one. I like Noel's new albums as well. His latest work. I think they're interesting because they're both doing very, very different things in a way.
Yeah.
Noel's doing soundscapey stuff. It's really kind of rich and almost psychedelic. And Noel's trying to write songs. He's learning still to write songs. It's a craft he's developing. He was thrown into it. He didn't want to have to do it. But it just goes to show, I think anybody can write songs if they've got the patience.
Maybe I gotta get her on this Oasis kick. Oh, I do. Oh, dude. Oh, man, speaking of, my daughter hates Supersonic because I sing that repeatedly. She hates it. You will love it.
He said, let's all sign a petition to get Oasis to do a show again. Out of love of their music.
Yeah.
Nothing else. So Noel Gallagher, who was opening up for the Smashing Pumpkins in America at that time, first night he goes, I say we start a petition to get the Foo Fighters to break up. Okay, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny, actually, whatever. And then the next night, he goes, if the drummer for Nirvana, now Noel, if you're hearing this, he didn't say it, I said it. He goes, if the drummer for Nirvana, he didn't even say Dave, you know, to make him sound like, you know, lower him, wants Oasis to get back together, he can come up on this stage right now and suck my you-know-what. But I'm hoping now that he will lighten up a little bit and come to his senses and get the good singer back for his band. Right. That's what I'm hoping. I just think that would be really nice, you know, because everybody wants to see that. And Liam's having a lot of success. I mean, he's doing 2 nights at the O2 Arena. Do you think that Potato Gallagher and the Low Charting Turds could do 2 nights at the O2 Arena? I mean, listen, I know that Taylor Hawkins and the Coattail Riders might be able to like do the Scala,
right?
If we're lucky. I know my lane. I know my lane. I stay in my lane. I know when I'm going to play a stadium, it's going to be because Dave Grohl's up front. Right, I know that. I know that. But no, he was really mean. He was really a jerk.
See, when Noel does this stuff, right, I always remind people that he doesn't like the Beach Boys. You know, he can just be sharp-tongued sometimes.
Well, Liam's just as sharp-tongued.
Oh, God, yeah.
I mean,
it's
Liam's
brutal,
actually funnier than Noel, I think. But and I meant nothing by it by putting the Oasis brothers up there. I mean, and I meant nothing by saying, but I was just like saying what everybody wants to say.
Yeah.
Someday, and they will do it someday because the money will just be too good.
What's the figure?
But you know, Noel's also the guy who wrote all the songs, so he's the one that's got all the money.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, all the other cats, they got to work, man. You know, half the reason I'm still in the Foo Fighters because Dave knows I need to make a living. He could have got someone better a long time ago, and. You know, Noel fired everyone eventually from Oasis and then eventually just broke it up, you know? But whatever. I don't care. He's a jerk.
Oh,
sorry you guys like him. I'm Team Liam all the way.
I would be remiss in my duties if I didn't say, do we never say never?
Well, reunion with, well, it's not for me. I don't, it would have to be some extraordinary circumstances that brought me and Liam back together. There would have to be and I'm not saying those extraordinary circumstances don't exist, but if I close my eyes and look into the future, I don't see it. But of course, who knows? Who knows? I mean, I know better than anyone, but you know. But I mean, yeah, you should never say never. But
You know, it hasn't split up in my mind. You know what I mean? When I think about it, you know what I mean. It's not really. I just think someone's just been abducted by some strange thing, you know what I mean? I'm still fighting the cause, you know what I mean, for it, you know what I mean? Whether it's under my name or what, or I still do Oasis songs and that because I sang them and I feel like they're a big part of me, you know what I mean? Just because, you know, and there's a lot of other people going, oh, I can't believe, you know, you're still doing Noel songs. They're not Noel songs. They were written for the band called Oasis. I don't want the band to get back together. We shouldn't have split up, you know what I mean? There was no big deal, you know what I mean? He's making out as if I've stabbed one of his cats or, you know, slapped one of his kids or, dare I say it, tried it on with his missus, you know what I mean? It's like, leave it out, mate. It's like we had a little argument, you know what I mean? About things, you know what I mean? It wasn't just, you know, we've always argued, you know what I mean? So, I just think he wanted out, you know what I mean? And he wanted to make me the scapegoat, you know what I mean? He obviously wasn't getting enough attention.